Streetlight, spill the amber ink across the lane, illuminating fragments of the thoughts and strength. The city hums a low electric lullaby, a choir of engines rising to the midnight sky. I walk between the poles of neon and despair, a drifting figure tracing stories through the air. Streetlights, oracles glowing in the quiet of the night, casting cryptic visions in the fractured light. They chart the constellations of the life I chase. Streetlight, cartographers of my uncharted space. Cartographers of my uncharted space. Beneath the billboards blazing with forgotten dreams, I wander through the labyrinth of unseen things. Rainwater gathers like mirrors for the lost, reflecting every victory, every cause. The pavement whispers truths I long at night, a dialogue between the night and the quiet inside. Streetlights, oracles glowing in the quiet of the night, casting cryptic visions in the fractured light. They chart the constellations of the life I chase. Streetlight, cartographers of my uncharted space. Cartographers of my uncharted space. The skyline breathes like a living organism, still in hope, bound in quiet synchronism. And in the hush between each passing car, I hear the faint percussion of who we are. A cadence born of longing, grit and flame, an anthem for wanderers without a name. Fog drapes the avenue in velvet gray, softening the borders of the night's display. Yet every lamp stands fierce against the blur, a sentinel for spirits who refuse to deter. Their glow ignites the courage I conceal, a brilliance teaching me what time will steal. High above the window shimmer like cosmic runes, silent messages written in suburban moons. Each glimmer echoes choices carved in stone, past diverging in places I've outgrown. Streetlights pull me forward with a joke command, a quiet prophecy guiding where I stand. Streetlights, oracles glowing in the quiet of the night, casting cryptic visions in the fractured light. They guide me through the chaos I've yet to face. Streetlights, illuminating all I dare to chase.
Streetlights hum while the world's asleep. I'm out here moving in the city's heartbeat. Tired eyes burning from the fights I face, but I keep pushing forward like I'm heat chase. Every empty block becomes my proving ground. Quiet nights teach lessons daylight never found. Late night hustle, grinding through the silence, muscle after muscle. Every breath a promise that I know I'm coming. Footsteps echo with a hunger I own. Late night hustle where ambition grows on. Late night hustle where ambition grows on. Late night hustle. Cold wind cutting through my worn out coat. Dreams heavy on me like 1,000 notes. I learned to take the hits and still stand tall. Learn the beauty in the times I almost fall. Nothing in this life comes pre-made or cheap. You build a future future while the city sleeps. Late night hustle, grinding through the silence, muscle after muscle. Every breath a promise that I wanna crumble. Footsteps echo with a hunger I own. Late night hustle where ambition grows. Late night hustle where ambition grows. Late night hustle. And when dawn breaks over rooftops cold, it finds a fighter, not someone controlled. Those quiet hours shape my truth and flame, carve my spirit, etch my name. Neon haze fading as the morning is. I wipe off doubt, brush away the fears. The grind continues just in different light. What I started in darkness follows into daylight. Late nights carve strength into my bones. This path I paved is mine alone. There's a rhythm in a struggle, only hustlers hear. A pulse that beats louder when the goal draws near. Every sacrifice made in the midnight cold turn to currency later when the story's told. I work in silence while the world's unaware. Greatness grows best in the thin night air. Late night hustle, grinding through the silence, muscle after muscle. Every breath a promise that I will not crumble. Footsteps echo with a hunger I own. Late night hustle where ambition burns. Late night hustle where ambition burns. Late night hustle where you emerge like a spectre sculpted from tempered dust. A sentient omen wrapped in whispers and distrust. Your silhouette drips through the fractures of my design, a revenant engineered to counter every step of mine. You're the turbulence tethered to my fleeting reprieve. The hate beneath triumphs I barely dare believe. Every conquest I crown becomes ash in your hands. You're the clandestine force rewiring all my plans. You decipher my motives before they crystallize. An oracle dissecting truths behind my eyes. A refraction of ego distorted severe. A palimpsest stitched with the failures I feared. You construct labyrinths from the angles of my doubt, turning each revelation inside out. And some buried instinct confesses the rest. You are the architect haunting the chambers of my unrest. Nemesis delays with every breath I claim. A paradox born from the embers of my shame. You search whenever I endeavor to ascend. A cipher no victory can decode a man. I roam through battlegrounds of present scripts, eternally shadowed by the foe. I can't. Your voice is a scalpel slicing through my veneer. A resonant riddle murmur just for me to hear. You thrive in the fractures where my certainties fray. A curator of chaos sculpting disarray. Ink from your essence stains the arc of my choice. A dialect of torment embedded in your voice. You orbit my psyche with precision and art. A celestial-like adversary mapping the fault lines of my heart. Yeah, beneath our collisions, brutal, austere, I glimpse the revelation I've evaded for years. And not just an adversary force to oppose, but the exile within me no daylight can expose. A cipher of wounds I refuse to articulate. The echo of versions I try to annihilate. And standing before you in this mirrored abyss, I murmur from my nemesis. Perhaps you are my genesis.
Nemesis interlaced with every breath I claim. A paradox born from the embers of my shame. You surge whenever I endeavor to ascend. A cipher no victory can decode and mend. I roam through battlegrounds, your presence scripts eternally bound to the foe. I can't eclipse, I can't.
Of my mind like a ghost, touching every moment I cherish the most. Your laughter still lingers on the edges of time, a quiet reminder of what once was mine. Some days I feel you like a whisper near. Other days you're just an echo I strain to hear. Memories, they hold me like shadows in the light. Pieces of yesterday frozen in the night. I reach for the warmth that used to be, but all that's left are reflections haunting me. Memories, the only place where you're still close to me. We were pages turning in a summer breeze, moments sketched in ink that refused to freeze. But time kept moving like a restless tide, washing away the footprints we couldn't hide. Still I return to the places we knew, hoping the past might open a window to you. Memories, they hold me like shadows in the light. Pieces of yesterday frozen in the night. I reach for the warmth that used to be, but all that's left are reflections haunting me. Memories, the only place where you're still close to me. If I could rewind the hours we lost, rewrite the words, reset the cost, maybe the silence wouldn't hurt so deep. Maybe the promises we broke would sleep. But here I stand with the truth untold. Some stories end before they grow, yet in the darkness you still remain. A soft familiar pulse inside my pain. I'll carry the love you left behind, a fragile treasure etched in my mind. Memories, they hold me like shadows in the light.
slow with the steady muffled roar. A warning wrapped in calm I've heard before. The wind moves softly like a secret kept, a lullaby for all the tears I never wept. Quiet storm raging under the surface, waiting to be born. A thunder without a voice, a fire without form. It shakes my soul where the world can't see. A gentle violence rises inside of me. Quiet storm, the calm outside betrays the war I've sworn. Lightning flickers in the corners of my mind, revealing truths I've kept too far behind. Rain begins to fall like a slow release, breaking through the dam that stole my peace. Every drop of memory I tried to ignore, every tremble of truth I can't hide anymore. Quiet storm raging under the surface, waiting to be born. A thunder without a voice, a fire without form. It shakes my soul where the world can't see. A gentle violence rises inside of me. Quiet storm, the calm outside betrays the war I've sworn. And maybe the chaos is what I need to wash the wounds that still bleed. For even the softest storms can break and leave a clearer sky in their wake. Now the morning rises with a softened glow, the storm inside fading as the winds let go. But the quiet stays with me, a deeper kind, a new calm forming in the corners of my mind. And I rise renewed from the night's reform, stronger for surviving my quiet storm. Quiet storm raging under the surface, waiting to be born. A thunder without a voice, a fire without form. But now I stand where doubt can't reach me. I found my strength in what once shook me free. Quiet storm, you shape the person I become reborn.
Every choice we make writes the pages next. A fragile world hanging by a single breath. This is the future of mankind, where shadows and light intertwine, where every truth and every lie becomes a spark that shapes our time. Are we falling or will we rise?
soul of the world still whispers our name. We can heal the cracks or widen the divide. The path is ours, but the clock won't hide. This is the future of mankind, where shadows and light intertwine, where every truth and every lie becomes a spark that shapes our time. Are we falling or will we rise? Only our hearts will decide. The future of mankind. Maybe one day we'll learn from the scars we've made, find unity in the mess of the choices we've paid. A world reborn from the ashes in our hands, humanity rising where a new dawn stands. We're the architects of what comes next, guardians of a world both fragile and blessed. Somewhere beyond the fear and the noise we've grown, a future awaits where we're not alone, where the children of tomorrow breathe unafraid, in a world rebuilt from the mistakes we made. If we dare to dream and reclaim our light, we can guide the darkness into the night. This is the future of mankind, where hope and danger intertwine, where every heartbeat, every cry becomes a force that shapes our time. Are we fading or will we shine? Only together can we define the future of mankind.
Tear through time like a fault line splitting wide, breaking through the years I once tried to outride. The air distorts as I confront my former face, a younger version forged from rage and reckless haste. He stands there bold, a wildfire I once fed, unaware of all the lifetimes drenched in red. His pulse a testament to storms he cannot see, a prophecy of ruin that was once the future me. I speak of nights where even hope refused to stay, where silence stitches claws into my everyday. Of friendships turned to frost beneath my pride, of empty rooms where all my better angels died. I show them visions of the decades I destroyed, birthdays fading into a calendar of void. Each morning falls like thunder on a barren plain, truth delivered through the architecture of my pain. I am the echo of the man you grow to be, a shattered symphony of lost humanity. If you keep carving wounds in every road you roam, you'll stand in a future carved entirely alone. Turn now, rewrite the fate you're drifting toward, or you'll inherit the emptiness your choices have adored. Whoa, 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 whoa. He scoffs at first, the sovereign of his mirror throne, convinced he's unbreakable, untouched and overgrown. So I unveil the ending, etched in fractured light, a hollow living space untouched by one from night. Yeah. No voices calling, no footsteps but my own, a monument to every seed of darkness I tone, a cold apartment where regrets evolve and breed, a barren testament to every selfish deed. Hey. His posture shift, confidence unraveling the doubt. The future's way beginning to turn him inside out. I see the cracks, the quiet trembling in his frame, the earliest rebellion against becoming me a name. I grip his shoulder, break the pattern, start anew.
Undo the man I became because of you. And as time drags me backward through a silver door, I pray he changes course, so I'm not me anymore. I am the echo of the man you grow to be, a shattered symphony of lost humanity. If you keep carving wounds in every road you roam, you'll stand in a future carved entirely alone. Turn down real loud, rewrite the fate you're drifting toward, or you'll inherit the loneliness your choices once adored.
I sink beneath the noise, beneath the light, into the quiet veins of the endless night, where every heartbeat echoes like a warning drum, and the shadows whisper truths I can't outrun. The world above me fades into a distant blur, and I descend into the parts of me I'm scared to unearth. Where the secrets linger, further I fall, pulled by an unseen tether, searching for the pieces I lost altogether. Deeper and deeper, where the silence sharpens and the soul grows deeper. Every step I take feels like a memory gone cold, ghosts of every story I never told. They trail behind me like a tattered ghost parade, guiding me into the cracks I never made. But even in the fear, there's a truth I chase, a light buried deep in the darkest place. Deeper and deeper, into the dark where the secrets linger. Further I fall, pulled by an unseen tether, searching for the pieces I lost altogether. Deeper, where the silence sharpens and the soul grows deeper. And if I drown, then let it be in the tide that finally sets me free. For in the void I hear the call, the part of me that survived the fall. I reach a place where the shadows break apart, where the fear dissolves and reveals my heart. And I rise from depths I was never meant to keep, found the strength I lost in the ocean deep. Now I climb toward the life I used to know, carrying the fire I found below. Deeper and deeper, I face the dark where my truths linger. Further I fell, but I rose untethered, gathered the pieces I lost altogether. Deeper and deeper, I found myself where the world grew steeper.
We walk the storms with fire at our heels. Yeah. Called our names in the night with silence conceals. Unspoken confidence is held in fleeting air. Moments of truth too fragile to compare. Through corridors of doubt, through corridors of pain, you've been the tether that keeps me from the train. Friends, we are the constellations in a sky of gray. The anchor that steadies when the whole world decays. Through every fracture, every twist, every bend, through every sponge, I'll always call you friend. I'll always call you friend. Remember the nights when the city was below, and secrets we carried no one else could know. We forged our courage in the crucible of chance, danced in the shadow and dared to advance. On your laughter, a compass through labyrinthine skies. Your presence, the mirror where my honesty lies. Friends, we are the constellations in the sky of gray. The anchor that steadies when the world decays. Through every fracture, every twist, every bend, I'll always find you, I'll always call you friend. I'll always call you friend. Time may scatter us across unfamiliar lands. Life may test the strength of intertwined hands. Yet in the silence between the hours we spend, I feel the pulse of you, my permanent element. For some bonds are forged in the molten fires of fate, and no distance, no darkness can never abate. When shadows lengthen and dream scenes turn to dust, when voices fade into whispers of mistrust, I'll hear your footsteps in the corridors of my mind. A rhythm of constancy only true friends find. For in this fleeting world where all things transcend, you are the constant, I'll always call you friends. We are the constellations in the sky of gray. The anchor that steadies when the world decays. Through every fracture, every twist, every bend, I'll always find you, I'll always call you friend. I'll always call you friend. City streets, he sticks to the pavement, thick as summer bees. Visions hum along, got 10 OV lanes. Every step syncs with the rhythm of pouring rain. Skyscrapers shimmer, downtown's crown of steel. Every corner whispers stories that the night can feel. We move like shadows along Montrose and the Heights, chasing dreams under fluorescent city lights. Hot in H-Town, flames rise through the night. From Galleria Bliss to Midtown neon light. Heat on the asphalt, bass shakes the ground. Every pulse of Houston echoes all around. Hot in H-Town, nowhere to cool the flame. We on the city streets, no one to tame. Hot in H-Town, nowhere to cool the flame. We on the city streets, no one to tame. Rooftops glow along Allen Parkway's curve. By your mist rising, daring us to swerve. The third ward hums with history and pride. Every glance a story, every corner a ride. Rice Village pulses with laughter and desire. Heights, rooftops burning
every block a sign. Ambition drips from the tunnels of downtown. Every glance a gamble, every smile a crown. The pulse of H-Town flows through our veins. Kings and queens of heat, untamed chains. From dusk to dawn the city bends to our claim. Houston burns bright, rewriting every name. Buffalo Bayou reflects the neon glow. Midnight whispers only locals know. From the Astrodome to Market Square lights, every corner fuels our endless night. We're alive in chaos, untamed, profound. Every heartbeat answering the city sound. In Houston the fire is ours to define. Every moment burns like the edges of time. Hot in H-Town, flames rise through the night. From Galleria Glitz to Midtown, neon light. Heat on the asphalt, bass shakes the ground. Every pulse of Houston echoes all around. Hot in H-Town, nowhere to cool the flame. We on the city streets, no one to tame. Hot in